Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this amazingly round-shaped rock. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. It's Monday here in Melbourne, Australia. Good times are coming. Hello to everybody in the chat. Already I can see SM Borthwick, Early Bird Catches the Worm, Benedict Stewart, g'day. Tom, Rochelle, Scott. All the usual suspects are rolling in now. Hi Russ, how are you? Saw you over there in Doug's stream today with that awesome new app. That new guitar app, which I'm going to be looking at myself very soon. Oops, haven't even changed my screen. Where is it? I think I downloaded it already. Yes, THU. There it is there, this one here. That's pretty cool. Gary Hubbs, g'day. Stu Cash, good to see you all. All right, so what are we going to do today? First, I'm going to jump into some housekeeping. Yesterday, if you tuned in, I did a video on the new Spark amp from Positive Grid, and I gave it a pretty glowing review. And hey, look, I still stand by everything that I said. It's a great amp. I really love it. But yesterday, then I spent a bit more time playing guitar on it and cranking up some of the really heavy metal tones, some of the high gain stuff. And I started to notice something when I wasn't plugged in direct into the soundboard, into my mixing desk, and just playing through the speaker. I started to notice like this really annoying noise. Now, look, I'm a guitarist. I've been playing for like 35 plus years. I understand with high gain tones, you do get some kind of noise, and you can use a noise gate to filter that out, which I was doing anyway. But this noise was weird. Every time I would touch my strings or the actual cable that was plugged in, it was stopping the noise. That's a grounding issue. I've been playing guitar long enough to know that is a grounding issue. So I thought I'm going to have a look around at the actual, at the plug, the power supply for it, because that's where you always start before I hit the forums. So I had a look at it, and lo and behold, what do you know? Let's have a look at what I found. So ignore my dressing gown because it's very cold here today. So there's my Spark, as you can see. Here is the power supply. So it's pretty crappy, really. I didn't really notice it. I was too busy looking at the amp, and look at that. Isn't that interesting? So I jumped on some forums, and a lot of people are upset because they're getting the same noise issue. And apparently people are reaching out to Positive Grid, and they are saying that they're going to be sending out people a new power supply, which I'm expecting is going to be grounded. Wouldn't that be handy? Oh dear. And look, I'm going to I'll probably send an email to them later today or tomorrow, whatever. I'm not in a big rush. Instead, I thought, you know what? I'm just going to jump on eBay and grab one and see if that makes any difference. I've actually got a bunch of guitar leads coming out to me this week, 4 brand new guitar leads, just to have some nice new ones. And I'm going to see if that makes any difference, because I read a whole lot of people recommended buying this particular power supply off eBay or Amazon. So, you know, it was $18. I'd rather spend the $18 than wait another 4 months for a power supply to come from Positive Grid. It probably wouldn't take that long because, you know, things are starting to move again, as I said in the video yesterday. But in the case of transparency, I wanted to let you all know that's something else I found out about the Spark amp afterwards. Look, the noise gate actually does cut out some of that noise, but it's not a good thing if you're touching your strings and it's cutting it out, or your guitar jack. That's dodgy. And I saw some people say that they had purchased a wireless plug-in and that solved it. Some people had said they changed guitar leads and it solved it. So there seems to be a lot of discussion around different things solving it. And, you know, if you've ever gone looking for problems to solve problems on the internet, you'll find you get a lot of conflicting things. But I think the power supply is probably the main issue. So we'll see how we go. I think I got a generic Lenovo one. A lot of people were just saying use your computer one. I had a whole bunch of spare computer power supplies, but none of them were the right plug to go into the back of the Spark. So I needed a 2.5 mil in point to go in. Anyway, that's an update on that. Let's have a look at the usual, what I do here each day now. Don't want to look at that. Let's refresh this. So any new apps through AppSlice? There's a Drum Set Pro HD that looks like it's free. I think I downloaded it but haven't even looked at it. What else is here that we can see? So there's a TF8 synth sitting there that's free as well. A few price drops for Bass Booster. Well, there you go. Bass Booster is. I'm guessing that's like for what's that say? Adjust effects levels. It looks like it's an EQ for music. Anything else? Eventide Undulator has just come out too. I think that's new. So it's $4.99 US. Anything else here? I thought there was a 4 Pockets one, but it must have only been for a couple of days, and it looks like it was. So there you go. There's just an update of a few free things and price drops that are showing there. The link to this is always in the description of each video, so go and grab that. Did I download this? Let's just have a look before I move on. I think I did. Let's have a look. Read more. Fiddle is an app for playing with your own recorded samples in an expressive way by mapping gesture parameters to audio effects and filters. A simple sample can be expressed in unique ways. So I think I did download that. It's kind of like a unique gamey kind of thing to import your own samples and play them in a certain way. But that is free too. So there's always things to check out on this website that are in price drops and free. So that's that out of the way. And today we are going to be looking at Let's Unmix. So it's free to download, I can tell you straight up. You get to demo it. So you get to import a track, split the tracks, but I don't think you can save it. That's the only thing you can't do. To unlock it, Australian, it's $7.99 to $8 Australian, so it's probably half that around the rest of the world. As you see, when we get into it, it's not perfect. And none of these services, there are services online that do this, where you can upload your music and they will go ahead and you can hit the button. It runs it runs a little system and it splits them all up, and you can separate the tracks and you can download them. You can pay a subscription for that kind of thing. This is a once-off payment, but all these things aren't perfect ultimately, because if you've heard karaoke tracks on YouTube or anything like that where somebody's tried to pull out the vocals, you can still hear these things in the background. You get you get a bit of warbling in each kind of track. But as I will show you towards the end of this demonstration, how I used it to finish off a project, some paid work I had to do for WrestleTalk.com. They wanted me to do some music for a punishment video for one of their wrestling videos, and they wanted me to recreate one of the wrestlers' intro themes so we could avoid the copyright strike. So I remade the track in GarageBand, and I actually got the original song to take a part out of the song to put into it because I couldn't recreate it. So I'll show you how I did that at the end of this video. But without further ado, let's jump into this app. I'm just going to have a cup of tea. Oh man, that's good. That's good. Oh yeah. Anyway, enough of my stupidity for today. So let's open this app up. Now, I've already got something imported in here, so I grabbed one of my tracks from my previous album. It's a song called Conversations, and what I'm going to do is run the algorithm and separate the tracks and show you. Then I'm going to grab one of Pete's songs that I have like on my one of the before mastering versions, because I know I can't get a copyright strike for any of the songs I'm doing today. And then I'm going to jump in and do it with one of, I'm going to go onto YouTube and grab a video from YouTube. And so and pull that down and then pull the audio from it and then do that in here to make a karaoke track. And then I'll show you what I did with my track for Wrestle Talk. So basically, this is what you're presented with at the beginning. Up here it tells you the title and the artist name when you import your track. You've got your slider to move along to a part in the song. These are your 4 sections. So you've got your main source, vocal, drums, bass, and others. You can import from anywhere, Russ. Absolutely anywhere. I'm going to show you that after I just do a first mix. Let me go into the big screen so you can see it a lot better. So what happens with others here, it normally puts keyboards, guitar into others. Everything that's not a bass, drums, and vocal gets stuffed into others, which again, it's not perfect, you know. And I mean, if you are expecting an app like this or any kind of service to be able to seriously separate everything perfectly, you're living in a dreamland. It's absolutely impossible to do. So I have imported this song here. Just make sure the levels are okay and give you a play of it first. So I tried to pick a simple song for this, just with guitar, bass, drums, and vocals. And some backing vocals are in there as well. So up the top here, above the scissors, not above the scissors, the actual scissors, that is the button you need to press to begin the process. So I'm going to click it now, and it starts unmixing. As you can see, it puts a big X there, so you can't, if you want to cancel it, and you've got a little progress bar along the bottom there. And it's now splitting the tracks up for me. And what I'll do firstly, once it's done, so as you can see, it doesn't really take that long. For anybody who has used the services that are online to upload your track, pay your fee and all that, by the time you get to like sorting out the money, I've already done it here to pay online. So what I'm going to do first is pull the vocals out straight away. And we'll move this along to where they come in, and let's hear what it's done. Oh. Let's pull out all the music. So as you can hear, so if I want to save just one of the tracks, so now you can like save one of these and export it out. So down the bottom here, you've got this little save button. I think that's what we're doing, yeah. So you can export it as a WAV or ACC. So let's do it as a WAV file. And yeah, that's right. Raw mixed, I can't remember. Hang on, make sure I'm in the right section here. So that's, I'll just go across the buttons here, across the bottom. So you've got the settings button. This is to pay for it, to unlock everything. This is to import music from Apple Music. This is to import, and right, this is to export. So I'm going to export it as, right, so you can choose, once you hit raw, you can choose which one you want. So I'm going to choose, you can do a selection of them. So I'm just going to choose the vocal for now and hit save. All selected tracks will be saved. Okay to start. Yes. And it's completed. And where does it put it? It puts it in here. So you'll see in the import folder, it puts it there. And now, if you want to export it to another app, oops, let's choose that. And now export it. Other apps. So you get to choose wherever you want to put it. Let's send it to audio share. And it should have, there it is. It's put it right into there. Memories that strangers could not grasp. This room I'm ghosts and speeches even hang a word to left them in the past. That's not too bad. Like if you're wanting to, you know, to thicken up a vocal, there are heaps of possibilities you can do. Exactly right. Russ, for pulling out samples, for pulling out unique things that you need. Exactly what I'm going to show you at the end, what I had to do from Wrestle Talk. It was absolutely ideal, and it made my project that I was working on, it put that final bit of icing on the cake that was needed. So let's go to what I'm going to do now. Let's head back over to the app, and we want to import something else. So let's get over to audio share, and good, everything's set to date. Let's look for one of the Pete Johns tracks. That's not, what was I going to do? I was going to do Fence Sitter. There we go. So let's grab Fence Sitter and we'll import that. Okay, and there it is. I thought I'd choose this one because it's a lot more spacey, and we'll see if we get a better result from it. So let's hit the scissors up the top and do an unmix. How cool's the name, by the way? Let's unmix. I really dig the name. I saw it and I was like, yeah, like let's make music. Let's have fun. Yeah. I thought it was really inclusive when I saw it. I forget who told me about this app, but because, you know, I'd looked at those services online and thought, that would be really handy, but I just couldn't justify paying a subscription for it. And I wanted something on iOS. I didn't want to, I know there's a million ways you can do it on your PC, but I actually wanted something on iOS to be able to do that. So we're going to pull down the source for this song and let's give it a play.
Have a lot of thoughts, but I may not say a lot of them. I let the words come out every now and then. Think a lot of things.
So let's do a quick mix down of just the guitars, because they sounded really good actually. So let's hit raw and we'll choose others, do a save, sweet, over into this little file section here, and there it is. It's great how it names it, accompaniment, so you know which one it is, and we shall export that into audio share, and there it is. Let's have a listen to these guitars. I mean, in a mix, if you're using it in a mix with something else, that's going to be pretty good. That's going to be good enough. I mean, it's like on Pete's EP, on the last track on Pete's EP, I did some backing vocals, which I did just using the microphone on my iPad, and I hated them. I sent them to Pete going, look, here's my idea. You redo this. This is just my idea. And he ended up just leaving them and putting it on the actual finished product. And I was cringing. I didn't want to hear it because I thought, it's going to suck, man. Like, those are done just on the microphone on my iPad. Every time I hear the song, I think, wow. You can't even tell. So you know, and this is proving that. So what I'm going to do now is show you something else. I'm going to now go to YouTube and I'm going to grab one of my songs. So this song, Nonconformist. So this is this was something I released a few years ago as a demo for one of the this is the title track on my album. This song has been completely changed and is nothing kind of like this, all the vocals and stuff. But what I'm going to show you here, we'll stop this. I'm going to now hit share, copy the link. Then I'm going to shut down YouTube. I'm going to go into my Siri Shortcuts. Scroll down to the bottom into my Yaz download. When I click this, this is now going to take that copied link and it's going to grab the video file. It should do if everything goes well. Last time I did a video on this, it was pretty crap. So there we go. We've got a high quality. Cool. Let's take the high quality one. And now this is ripping the video down from YouTube. So you're going to see a process here of a few different things, how I get to this place. Okay, so there's the video. Now I hit the little ellipsis and I can now save this into audio share. And there's my video. Now I want to convert this to a WAV file. Go stereo. So now that's made, so that's just pulled it directly. As you can see, that's a very loud mix. Look how bad that is. Look at those brick walls there. So now I have this file sitting in my audio share. Cool. So now I'm going to open, let's unmix, and we are going to load. I'm going to go to audio share and go to the top, and it should be sitting right there. Pull that in. There it is. Load it. And let's do an unmix of this. So the reason I'm showing you this is if there's a song that's on YouTube, and of course, you know, I'm using my own songs here, remembering copyright and all that stuff and stealing other people's music and all that. Keep that in mind. Of course, I'm not promoting to try and like steal other people's music, etc. That's why I'm using mine. But, you know, there's been times when I've wanted to make a karaoke track for private use or anything like that. This is a great way to do it via YouTube. So if there's no karaoke track you can find, grab the track, pull it down like I used the Siri shortcut, open it, convert it, bring it in here, and I'm just going to take this song and pull the vocals out and make a karaoke track of my own song direct from YouTube. Let's hope it works. Let's see if it pulls out my vocals well. Okay, we're done. Let's move it to where the vocals actually are. Oop, there we go. And we'll pull them out and let's have a listen. Hasn't done a good job for this one. But when we get to the metal bit, that's where it should sound good. Hasn't done well with this one. It sounds like a Cylon from Battlestar Galactica. So there you go. I hadn't planned to, you know, I haven't done that before. That's just to show you as well, it doesn't always work. But sometimes it does. So it's a hit and miss thing. So, you know, it's worthwhile to give it a go if you want to. Never know. If you never give it a go. So what I'm going to show you now is we'll go to this Wrestle Talk thing. Now where have I got it? I gotta work it out where it is. I've got to have it saved somewhere. It's got to be somewhere in here. Wrestle Talk. Let's do a search for it. Wrestle Talk, punishment, video. light it up. There it is. So this is the video. So Wrestle Talk, I'll tell you the story behind it. Each 3 months, Wrestle Talk, because it's a wrestling podcast, and they do prediction shows where they put down their predictions of who they think is going to win the pay-per-views, even though we all know it's scripted wrestling. So don't tell me that. I know, but I'm a big wrestling fan. And, you know, they tally up the winning points, and at the end of each 3 months, the person with the least points, the people from Patreon pick a wrestling theme and make the loser have to do a recreation of that song. So poor Ollie lost, and he had to sing along to AJ Lee's entrance theme, and I'll show you a bit of it because I did the music for this. So here we go.
AJ Lee's WWE entrance music. So dance, Chopper.
No, I'm not gonna dance. No, you know what, Ollie? I've had enough of this. You keep telling me to dance all the time, and you know what? Yeah, I like dancing. Everyone knows I like dancing. That's fine. I like dancing for me. I like dancing for the SWAF Nation. I don't like dancing when you tell me to dance. So I'm gonna dance, all right? I'm gonna dance when I want to dance. Because do you know who has 2 thumbs and likes to thumbs up?
This guy?
And this guy.
Adam?
And this guy.
What is going on?
And Guy this.
God damn it, Luke.
Guys.
We're so close.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
What is going on here? Someone talk to me!
You know what, Ollie? You know what's going on here? A brand new piece of Wrestle Talk merch is launching right now. So SWAF Nation, you can go to WrestleTalkMerch.com right now and get your Who's Got 2 Thumbs and
See, I'm
likes
doing
to
some
thumbs up
advertising. I'm
t-shirt.
doing some advertising
Right
for them as well because I love them.
It's such a good online shopping experience.
Yes, it is. And you know what, Ollie? Do you know what it's time for? It's time for you to do your AJ Lee WWE entrance music video punishment. Now dance, Ollie.
No!
So you get the idea there. Poor Ollie, he looks like an absolute fool, and we pissed ourselves watching him do that. So basically, how I made this track too was I downloaded the original song. Whoops, it's still playing. Let me stop that. There we go. So I downloaded the original song from WWE, and Ollie actually sung his vocals to the actual track. And then what I did was get his vocals. Then I recreated the song and added his vocals in. Now, he's not a singer by any stretch, let me tell you that. So I had to edit his vocals to absolute fuck. And there was so many cuts to his vocals to make them fit in time. It took me hours and hours on end. But when I finished the song, if you hear in the song the whole "Let's Light It Up," there's a female singing that line. And I really wanted to have that in the background to accompany his poor voice. So I used Unmixed to do that. And let's Unmix to do that. And I'll show you what I did. Let's have a look here. So I think I've got both of them still in here. So here's the original YouTube file of the original song. Now, of course, I don't want to play it too much. Let's just have a quick play of it. If it works. Okay, so that's what I wanted. The female vocal there, just the "Let's Light It Ups." So I used Unmixed, and here is the processed vocal that I pulled out of it. Let's have I got it? Oh, maybe I have to. Let's see. Give it a play. And while we're here, let's see if I can find it in GarageBand and show you the finished product of exactly how Unmixed was really awesome. So I think it's called GarageBand. Let's light it up. There it is. So it's probably, let's go by date. So I'm guessing it would be this one. And here is my project of the song. And where's Ollie's vocals? And okay, so let's play it.
Let's light it up, light it up, light it up, light it tonight. Let's light it up.
Let's solo these vocals. There's that one.
Light it up, let the night, let diamond just shine in your eyes. Let's light it up, light it up, light it tonight. Let's light it up, like shooting stars are burning, light up the sky. Let's light it up, light it up, light it up, light it tonight. Let's light it up, let the night, let diamond just shine in your eyes. Something about the madness, magic I can't explain.
So what did I throw on here as well? Let's have a look at the plugins. I didn't even end up putting anything on them, it looks like. They were good enough as is. So as you can see, Unmixed is really cool for doing stuff like that. It served its purpose. It was the $8 spent really well. Looks like if I just see Pete come in late. You've stumbled in late. Where is your note, Pete? So what do we got? We've just almost finished. So what I'll do, because Pete's a bit late, let's pull another song. Let's grab another one of his songs and we'll try doing that as well. We'll do one more because it's fun doing this stuff. It's like opening a present. You never know if it's going to work or not. So once again, we're going to go to this little folder. We're going to look for a file. So let's find another one of Pete's tracks here. What else have we got? We've got Perfect. Let's try Perfect. Let's do that. Cool. Let's grab this one. I think I've grabbed an MP3. That'll do. That'll do. So there we are with my drums on it. Load it up. Let's have a listen to it.
Life isn't all.
Cool. So let's hit the unmix, the pair of scissors in the middle. And we are now unmixing. While this is doing that, let's talk about what's coming up. So I'm going to do some EQ apps. I'm going to be looking at 4Pockets visual EQ this week as well. Few other little surprises, maybe some giveaways. I'll let you know. I do think we have some giveaways coming up this week. And for Friday's show, I'm not doing an interview this week. Every fourth Friday, I do something a little bit different. And this Friday, I'm going to be a bit self-indulgent because that's what I do on the fourth Friday. And I'm going to go and play a track from every single band that I've ever released music on since my first band when I was 14 years old. So I'm going to be embarrassing the shit out of myself. We're going to go through all the death metal bands I was in, some unreleased stuff, that CDs that I recorded with some really cool bands that never actually came out. I'm going to go right through each album in order all the way up to the current album, just for something different. And can let you know the week after that, doing an interview with Mike and Joe from Creative Source. Haha, that's going to be cool. So now this is Unmixed Pete's track. We'll pull down this master source, the first one. We'll start it playing. And let's start by pulling out the drums.
Life isn't always fair.
Everyone has their problems. It's easy to hide away. See? And harder to find solutions. Pretty cool. You can make your own karaoke. Good times. So if any of you want to be Pete Johns, trust me, you can now do it. Because it doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. This app isn't fucking perfect, but it's wonderful, they say. So let's just do one more thing. Let's just pull Pete's vocals out. We'll do a mix down of this. And what was the name of... So Ross is asking, what is the name of the app called again that you use to record from YouTube to copy the audio? So I'll show you. It's actually in... If you go back and look at one of my videos, look up the Siri Shortcuts video. So there's a link to it in there. Hang on, let's do it now. Can I do it now? What I'll do, I'll actually put the link in this description after this video. And what it is, it's a Siri shortcut. So we'll skip over there for a second. And here it is here down the bottom. It's called Yaz Download. So you copy the link to Facebook video, Instagram, whatever. So streaming platform, YouTube. You come over here, you press this Siri shortcut, and it pulls down the video, and then you save it to wherever you want. So that's that. But let's go back here. Let's pull these vocals out. So we're going to do a WAV. We're going to do a raw mix. Pull the vocals. Hit save. That's done. Then we're going to go back to this little folder and find perfect vocals. Oops. That was silly. Wrong one. I hit down instead of up. So we'll export this into audio share. There it is, and there's Pete's vocals.
To be perfect, to be wonderful. To be wonderful.
And as you can see, with things like when there's backing vocals and such, that's when it can get a bit confusing for the app. So if it's a clean vocal, it's going to pull it much better. If you're always going to have much better luck using Let's Unmixed on much cleaner music, like definitely with electronic music, dance music, that kind of stuff, where things are more separated and easy to define. Where things with a lot of backing vocals, Mariah Carey, that's not going to work with her voice going all over the shit shop. Yeah. So that is Let's Unmixed. What did I say? $8 Australian, so about half the price of that around the rest of the world, I would say. And that will do it for today. I will put a link in the description to this shortcut. So all you need to do, if you want to grab that, Russ, is click the link and then save it to your shortcuts, and then it'll appear in your shortcuts. All good in the hood. So I'm going to get on with my day today now. Thank you all for being here once again as usual. I'll see you all at the same time, same bat channel tomorrow. And I'll let you know tomorrow what we're doing, or on the Facebook users group, or on Create, Record, Release. As usual, all the typical stuff. If you want to leave a comment. Oops, that's the wrong button. If you want to leave a comment, subscribe, like, share, do all that stuff. Please, it helps me get my numbers all the way up so I can start maybe making a few dollars from this. You can like me on Facebook. My Patreon's coming next week. And that'll do it for today. So until tomorrow, everybody, keep creating, stay gangster, stay rockin', stay happy. Keep doing the things that make you happy. And I will see you all tomorrow. My amigos. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye.